Hi everyone, and welcome to our channel. And today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Kazuha. To be honest, he's kind of happy with this, because it was no problem for him, as he too was short as well. So to be honest, he found his short height quite reassuring for him, and it was also quite cute as well. After all, what was better than just being able to be your height, or even a bit taller, and grab you by your cheeks, and kiss you softly? In his own opinion, nothing else in the world could quite match up to that feeling. And in his opinion, it's quite lucky that the two of you match. Many couples do not, but it just so happens that the two of you are incredibly lucky, and Kazuha, he will take it. He will take all the luck that the world will give him, as long as he can share it with you. Albedo? No, Albedo wasn't that tall himself, and honestly was quite frustrating sometimes. After all, with the way his position was, he commanded respect, but being short only made that matter harder. Regardless, people still respected him nonetheless, and he was quite grateful for that. But if there was anything he liked, it was the fact that he matched heights. After all, it was kind of convenient, and mostly because he liked hugging you without either of you having to tiptoe or bend down. It wasn't awkward at all. And besides the fact that he was quite short, he also thought your stature was cute. But don't you dare try to apply this to him. He is the furthest thing from that. But as for you, you would always be the cutest in his eyes. And even objectively speaking, you are pretty much the cutest person in the world. Albedo verifies it himself, and no one can say otherwise. Venti? Now, Venti could probably switch forms if he wanted, but this was the form of his precious friend, and he was never going to change it. So that's why, when he just started dating you, he thought it was pretty cute that you're short as well. But what he liked about you being short was the fact that he could easily give you forehead kisses, as they were easily one of his favorite types of kisses. So, it didn't make things too complicated. However, sometimes he would wish you could be even slightly taller, and that's why he began wearing heels. You may think it's quite funny, but he also loves being taller than you. Just a little bit. It's not really that bad to bear. And truly, no matter how short he was, he would still pick you up sometimes. After all, he may be limited in shape and size, but when it comes to strength, he had beyond what you could even imagine. Scaramouche. Scaramouche is a sweetheart, and he's also beyond relieved that you were short. It would be even better if you were shorter than him, but the two of you are quite close in height, with you being slightly taller, and nothing in the world bothered him more than that. Just what in the hell did the universe have against him? Why couldn't he be shorter? It was that easy. But it seems like nothing wants to go his way anymore, and he was quite bothered about it, blushing whenever you teased him about the fact that you were taller, only for him to just rant on about how you were nearly the same height, and how you couldn't possibly tease him about that. It doesn't actually change the fact that he blushes always whenever you tease him. He just blushes easily, and he fully blames it on that. He truly knew all the keys to his heart, and all the keys to make him blush. So he was completely defenseless against you. However, if there was anything he loved the most about you being short, it would have to be the fact that he can just hold you and bury his face into your chest easily. Thankfully, you're not too tall for that, so he's able to get some comfort. Tighnari? Tighnari is actually taller than you, by a great amount, so he finds it so adorable that you're shorter, and he adores that fact about you, because then He could wrap his arms around you and pull you close to him whenever he wanted, kissing your cheeks and spoiling you with love. And you're too tiny to actually be expecting it, so there's that surprise on your face when he gently lifts you up. But if there was anything else that he actually loved as well, it would have to be the fact that he could just have his arm rest on you whenever he was standing. You were certainly not an armrest, but sometimes even he can't deny the fact that you are quite convenient. Please don't be upset with him. He's trying his best. Even if his best is a little bit shaky, you have to accept that. Xiao? Xiao is quite short, so he's beyond relieved that when he falls in love with someone, that it's a short person as well. He wouldn't be able to handle it if you were tall. Imagine you teasing him endlessly about it. That would be too much. And thankfully, he feels like the universe decided to love him for once and spare him the teasing that would come with a tall partner. He loves many things about you being short though, like the fact that you could bury his face into the crook of your neck, that he could hold you so gently, that you could always stroke your hair and have you in his arms. It wasn't difficult. And also, you were quite tiny, and you couldn't help that urge in him that thought you were pretty cute, even though he was arguably the same height. But hey, no one cares about that. All he cares about is you. Childe? Oh, Childe is pretty much the tall person here, and he's really, really tall. So if there's anything he loved about you, and something that he just favored, it would be your height. Isn't it just adorable? He loves picking you up, or just having an arm around you, and showing you how tiny you are. And whenever you wear his stuff, oh, it was amazing. It always made you look so tiny in them, and you felt these protective urges just go up somehow. He wanted to hold you at all times, just because of how cute you seemed. But if there was anything that he loved most, it would be the fact that you have to tiptoe to kiss him. And though it may be inconvenient for others, the child, he thought he looked adorable, so no wonder he loved it when he did that. I mean, could you truly blame him? You were the cutest, and he was simply enjoying the perks.